There's probably not a person in the United States that hasn't heard about the Surgeon General's warning that cigarette smoking may be hazardous to your health. Well, that doesn't even begin to tell the half of it. I'm Bob Crow. I'm a behavioral therapist working out of Atlanta, Georgia. I am board certified in both clinical and medical hypnotherapy. One of the issues I work with people is for them to become a non-smoker. Every one of them has came into me and says they've tried smoking, or they actually quit smoking. And they'll say, well, I quit in 91, I quit in 2002, I quit in 2006. And I say, no, you never quit. You just maybe stopped for a little bit. Let me tell you what really happens when you light up a cigarette. First off, every cigarette has 5,000 to 7,000 carcinogenic agents, depending on what research material that you read. In addition to those, there's 5 extremely deadly poisons. There's cyanide, there's arsenic, there's formaldehyde, there's carbon monoxide, and there's nicotine. Taken in your veins, you'll die awfully quick just from nicotine in that way alone. But here's what happens. Those products, those chemicals, those agents are fairly harmless until you put fire to them. Now, when you put fire to them, the fire is a catalyst, and it releases these chemicals. So the first place it goes is into your mouth, your gums, your lips, back of your throat, predisposing all of those areas into getting cancer. Now you inhale it down into your bronchial airways and into your lungs. Everybody knows about lung cancer, a horrible, horrible, horrible disease, and quite often a horrible, horrible, horrible death. But in addition to that, in the bronchial airways, smoking can cause a person to contract emphysema. They say that every breath is a struggle. And every breath they take, they don't know whether they will be able to take another one. Now, the interesting thing is the person that is smoking cigarettes is bringing these chemical agents into their body on purpose. Imagine if these chemicals and carcinogenics were found in their workplace. Well, they would bring a lawsuit immediately against their employer. Well, now we have this tobacco smoke, this cigarette smoke in our lungs. Meanwhile, the heart has been pumping the blood through the body, and now the blood comes back into the lungs to get recharged, to just discharge the carbon monoxide so it can be exhaled and replenished with fresh oxygen. Guess what? The air in the lungs has been corrupted. It's been contaminated. There's more carbon monoxide already there from the cigarette smoking. Plus, we have the arsenic, the cyanide, the nicotine, the formaldehyde. This person has put this in their lungs. Now the blood picks up these poisons and pumps them through their body. First stop is the heart. When these hit the heart, it predisposes and weakens the heart into a person getting a heart attack. But it gets even worse. There's many people that believe that the only cancer that you can contract from smoking cigarettes is lung cancer. It would surprise you to know you can get breast cancer, testicular cancer, ovarian cancer, kidney cancer, liver cancer, bladder cancer, stomach cancer, brain cancer from smoking cigarettes. Well, how does this all work? Well, you see, the blood is now carrying these poisons throughout the entire body. And they're going to stop at the area that is either weakened or genetically predisposed to get cancer. Now, I've heard people say to me, well, I could get hit by a car. And that's true. But wouldn't you be more apt to be hit by a car if you crossed an expressway during rush hour. Well, now these poisons are circulating all through the body. When you smoke cigarettes, you become a literal blood clotting machine. But another really bad thing smoking cigarettes does to the body is it constricts the blood vessels in the brain. Now, they are a certain size, a certain diameter for a reason. And when you smoke, you make them smaller. Now, in addition to the normal blood clots, now that you're a blood clotting machine, you send blood clots into the brain. They say that a stroke is a horrible thing. Possibly passing on immediately would be the best result. I myself would not like to have my intellect trapped in my body, unable to move, unable to feed myself, unable to scratch my nose, unable to do anything for myself. Now, it's true that some strokes only cause mild paralysis. But could we have a show of hands on how many people would like to have their face droop to one side? Well, of course, that's silly. Well, now we have succeeded in bringing the carcinogenic agents in the poisons through the entire body. Different areas are now subject to getting cancer. We're subject to getting a stroke. Would you like to stop smoking? Not would your wife like you to stop, or your husband like you to stop, or your sweetheart like you to stop, or your kids. Would you like to stop? If you want to stop smoking, I encourage you to contact me for my non-smoking program. My non-smoking program consists of 3 sessions. Rarely does anybody ever walk out after the first session and not be a non-smoker. We generally use the other 2 sessions for reinforcement. I have had people come in to see me that have been smoking for 30 years. Maybe the highest I remember was 3 1/2 packs a day. They became a non-smoker after the very first session. My name's Bob Crow. I invite you to give me a call. The number appears on the screen beneath.